Nikola Tesla, a name that has become synonymous with genius, vision, and eccentricity, remains one of the most fascinating figures in the history of science and invention. His name often pops up in conversations about electricity, wireless communication, and futuristic technologies. Yet, behind the iconic image of the mad scientist lies a life full of mystery, controversy, and misunderstood brilliance. Tesla was not just a man of his time. He was a visionary far ahead of it, whose legacy is still unfolding today. Born on July 10, 1856 in Smiljan, a small village in modern-day Croatia, Tesla showed signs of extraordinary intelligence from a very young age. His fascination with the natural world was apparent early on, and he quickly became consumed with the idea of electricity and its potential. Tesla's early life was shaped by the influence of his mother, Georgina, who shared his love for inventing, and his father, a writer who encouraged his intellectual curiosity. Tesla's brilliance was evident as he excelled in his studies, especially in mathematics and engineering, and he eventually enrolled at the Technical University of Graz in Austria, where his obsession with electricity deepened. Tesla's greatest achievement was his development of the alternating current, AC, electrical system, which revolutionized the way the world would use and transmit power. At the time, Thomas Edison was the undisputed leader in the world of electricity, having invested heavily in direct current DC systems. Edison, a brilliant inventor and shrewd businessman, promoted DC as a superior method for electrical power distribution. But Tesla saw flaws in Edison's system and recognized that AC had far greater potential, particularly for transmitting electricity over long distances with less energy loss. The conflict between Edison and Tesla grew when Tesla, after working for Edison briefly, joined forces with George Westinghouse, a businessman who was also convinced of AC's potential. The result was the beginning of one of the most famous rivalries in scientific history, the War of Currents. While Edison fought to protect his investment in DC, Tesla, and Westinghouse championed the development of AC, leading to a fierce public battle. Edison, not one to shy away from a fight, attempted to discredit AC by launching a propaganda campaign designed to convince the public that AC was dangerous. He even went so far as to electrocute animals to demonstrate its lethality. The rivalry culminated in the 1893 Chicago World's Fair, where Westinghouse and Tesla proved that AC was the future. The entire fair was powered by Westinghouse's AC system, which helped secure the widespread adoption of alternating current. Tesla's system had triumphed. Yet despite the success of AC, Tesla's personal fortunes remained elusive. He was not a businessman. His sole focus was on innovation, and he was often too absorbed in his work to care about the financial aspects of his inventions. Though Tesla's ideas were groundbreaking, he faced constant financial difficulties throughout his life. Unlike Edison, who turned his inventions into profitable ventures, Tesla had little interest in commercializing his creations. As a result, he was often left struggling to secure funding for his projects. His most ambitious project, the Wardenclyffe Tower, was supposed to transmit wireless electricity around the world. But due to a lack of funding and the increasing skepticism surrounding his vision, the project was abandoned before it could be completed. This was just one example of how Tesla's grand ideas often collided with the harsh realities of the world around him. Tesla's personal life was as unconventional as his professional one. He never married, and often spoke about how his work was too consuming for him to ever consider a romantic relationship. In fact, Tesla once famously said, "I do not believe that a woman should be asked to devote herself to her family or to the man she loves. The happiness of the two is a matter of mutual devotion." His celibacy became a defining characteristic of his life, leading many to speculate that he was emotionally detached from the physical world and deeply devoted to his scientific pursuits. Some have even suggested that Tesla's aversion to romantic relationships may have stemmed from his obsessive nature and his desire to focus all his energy on his work. But it wasn't just the scientific work that occupied Tesla's mind, it was his eccentricities. Tesla had many unusual habits and routines that earned him the label of a mad scientist. He was obsessed with numbers, particularly the number 3. He would perform rituals that involved walking around a block 3 times before entering a building, and he could not stand the sight of pearls. His intense focus on his inventions led him to work for days without rest, often depriving himself of sleep. Tesla also had a strange aversion to physical contact, and he was known to be extremely particular about cleanliness and order. Perhaps the most bizarre aspect of Tesla's personal life was his obsession with pigeons. In his later years, Tesla became deeply attached to feeding and caring for pigeons, particularly one white pigeon that he claimed to love. He referred to this pigeon as his companion, and it was said that he spent hours each day feeding the birds in New York's Bryant Park. This relationship with pigeons, often dismissed as a sign of eccentricity, might have been Tesla's way of coping with the isolation and loneliness that marked his later years. Tesla's sense of isolation was not just a result of his eccentricities. It was also a product of the world around him. Despite his extraordinary accomplishments, he was often overshadowed by other inventors, particularly Thomas Edison, who enjoyed much greater commercial success. While Edison was a brilliant businessman, Tesla was a visionary who had little interest in financial gain. This difference in priorities left Tesla vulnerable to the harsh realities of the capitalist world, where ideas were often more valuable than the inventors themselves. In addition to his scientific achievements, Tesla was also a man of great imagination. One of his most ambitious and controversial projects was his concept for a death ray, a powerful weapon capable of destroying enemy aircraft or entire armies from a distance. Although Tesla claimed to have developed the technology, the details of the weapon were never fully disclosed, and many skeptics believe it to be nothing more than a figment of his imagination. Regardless, the concept of the death ray remains one of Tesla's most enigmatic inventions, further adding to the mystique that surrounds his life. Even more enigmatic was Tesla's Wardenclyffe Tower, which was supposed to transmit wireless energy across the globe. Tesla believed that he could provide free electricity to the entire world, yet his vision was never realized due to a lack of funding and the growing skepticism about his ability to deliver on such an ambitious project. The tower was dismantled before it could be completed, and Tesla's dream of global wireless energy transmission remained just that, a dream. Yet, in many ways, Tesla's ideas have lived on, inspiring modern technology like wireless charging and the potential for global wireless communication. After Tesla's death in 1943, his belongings were seized by the U.S. government, including his personal papers and notes. Many of Tesla's works remain classified to this day, adding to the air of mystery surrounding his life and inventions. Some believe that Tesla's true genius was never fully realized because his discoveries were either suppressed or lost to time. Tesla himself may have felt the frustration in his later years, as he often spoke of his desire to be remembered as a man who contributed to the betterment of mankind. In the decades following his death, Tesla's contributions to science and technology were largely overlooked. However, in recent years, there has been a resurgence in interest in Tesla's work, particularly as the world becomes more focused on renewable energy and wireless communication. Today, Tesla is hailed as one of the most important inventors in history, and his name has become synonymous with innovation, creativity, and a vision for the future that was well ahead of his time. Tesla's work on alternating current AC and wireless energy transmission laid the foundation for many of the technologies we take for granted today. His contributions to the fields of radio, wireless communication, and even early concepts of robotics and artificial intelligence have shaped the modern world in ways that Tesla could only have dreamed of. Yet, despite his visionary ideas, he never saw the rewards of his success during his lifetime. Instead, he died penniless and virtually forgotten, his genius unappreciated by the world he helped create. The myths surrounding Tesla's life, his eccentricities, his obsessions, and his mysterious inventions have only added to his legacy as one of the most intriguing figures in history. Today, we continue to celebrate Tesla not only for his incredible inventions, but also for his unwavering belief in the power of imagination and the potential of humanity to achieve great things. While much of his work was ahead of its time, the world is now beginning to recognize the magnitude of his contributions. Tesla's story is not just one of invention. It is a story of a man who dared to dream and whose dreams continue to inspire us to this day. As the world continues to explore new technologies and pushes the boundaries of what is possible, Tesla's legacy remains ever relevant. His vision for a world powered by clean, renewable energy and his passion for connecting people through wireless communication are ideals that are as important now as they were over a century ago. In a sense, Tesla's work is far from over, The man who once dreamed of a world united by electricity continues to shape the future, even from beyond the grave.